No? Okay, thank you very much. At this time, I would like to call to order the Community Development Strategic Plan Committee meeting. And it is 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and I would like to take a roll call vote at this point.
Commissioner Sear.
With location.
Here, Twin Lake, Michigan.
Commissioner Hovey-Wright.
Here, City of Muskegon.
Commissioner Hughes.
Here, Muskegon Township, Michigan.
Commissioner Laring.
Here at the Hall of Justice.
Commissioner Nash.
Here, Grand Rapids.
Commissioner Pago.
Here, City of Norton Shores.
Chairman Skolnick.
Here, City of Norton Shores.
Commissioner Wilkins.
Here at Muskegon County.
Commissioner Brown.
Here, City of Muskegon. So we have everyone here. We have a roll call location. Next on the agenda, I will need a motion to approval of the minutes of January 21st, 2021.
So moved.
So moved.
So
Support.
I have a motion and support. Next on the agenda,
We'll need a roll call.
Get a
a
vote.
roll call. Thank you very much.
Commissioner Hovey-Wright for approval of the minutes.
Yes.
Commissioner Hughes.
Yes.
Commissioner Laring. Commissioner Laring.
Yes.
Commissioner Nash.
Yes.
Commissioner Pago.
Yes.
Chairman Skolnick.
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins.
Yes.
Commissioner Sear.
Yes.
And Commissioner Brown.
Yes. Next on the agenda is public comment on the agenda items. Do we have any, we would need, if there's any public comment on the agenda items at this point?
Excuse me, Mr. Chair, could you remind people how to mute and unmute with a phone and how to raise their hand with a phone?
Okay, thank you. I think you just did so. I do see a couple
It's
hands
star-
raised at this point. So,
Excuse me, it's *6 to mute and unmute and *9 to raise your hand. If you don't have that option on your phone.
thank you.
Yeah.
So Ken Mahoney is the first one on my list.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm back in for Ken Mahoney from the great city of Montague. I am supporting the resolution, which is agenda item number 5, allowing the board to apply for the grant. And unbeknownst to Mr. Laring, that comes from oil and gas revenues. It's not a tax. It's a payment to the state of Michigan for allowing them to eliminate some of our natural resources as it is. So it's a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity for the county. And I'm in full support. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Next is Margaret Haynes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I am Margot Haynes. I also live in Montague. I would like to support the agenda item number 5. It costs so little for the commission and its staff to take the time to make this grant application. The funds are there. They are intended for increasing the parkland. The funds that have been contributed by oil and gas leases are intended for land purchases in part. And I would also like to make the point that it has been said that people from one part of the county wouldn't use it because it's in a different part of the county. Well, you know, up here in Montague, we have beautiful beaches. We have beautiful outdoors areas for hiking. We have a lot of lovely land. We have bike trails, but we appreciate going to other places and not just staying in our own little backyards. And this is a wonderful opportunity for everyone in the county to have a new gorgeous area for hiking and recreation. And it's also an opportunity to collect tourist money from bringing tourists to our area. And so I don't see any downside. I don't see how anybody could vote against it. There are no downsides. All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Next, I believe, is Paula.
Do you mean me, Tanya Kabala?
There you go. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry
Thank
about
you.
No, that's fine. Thank you. Just want to reiterate my support for the resolution to apply for the grant. To clear up just a few items of confusion. The Natural Resources Trust Fund, the money is from royalties paid from oil and gas companies who are leasing state-owned land. So they extract minerals in land that the state owns, taxpayer own, and for that purpose, they pay a royalty on that lease. So, and that goes to the trust fund, and then the trust fund uses that to purchase properties. I think it's also important to note that there are studies that show that the property values of the homes in an area with this type of parkland property raise more so than the property taxes realized from a development. So you're basically lifting everybody's property values in the community by adding this type of a parkland. And then I think it's also important to note that this leverages a property owner who wants to give a considerable discount on the price. And it also leverages the excellent work by the Land Conservancy of West Michigan. So there are a lot of points to consider here, and I support it and hope to see it pass. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have another public comment.
Pete.
Thanks, P. Boschef, Village of Fruitport. I also want to make a committed statement to the previous speakers on item 5, and I want to make it. And everything that everyone else said is exactly true. And I will say that land acquisition, private sector land acquisition to the public sector, was really created by the great Republican governor Tom McCall in Oregon, who was instrumental in protecting the entire Oregon coast from development. We are absolutely for sensible development, but times like this and opportunities like this only happen once in a lifetime. And I've been a part of some of those acquisitions, and I'm very proud of that because the economic impact has always been overwhelmingly positive. Tanya summarized those funding packages very, very succinctly. And I think to worry about this makes no sense. Moreover, look what's happened with Ottawa Sands. I will also say, as someone who works in the industry of design, parks, recreation, and concepts, COVID-19 has created a demand on recreation that we have never seen, perhaps since in 30 years. So cities, Detroit, places all over the place, industrial places, less industrial places are putting huge amounts of effort into recreation because of COVID-19. And I would also look at enhancing park recreation and for the future of our county, and especially where we all live. Thank you for the time.
Thank you very much. I don't see any more public comments, so I would like to move on to item number 5 at this point, and items for consideration. Okay, are we good? The first one on the agenda, thank you, is CD/SP 21/02 through 03. And this is Mr. CVB Bob Lukens to adopt the revised accommodations tax advisory committee bylaws.
So moved.
So
Second,
so I would like to take a roll call vote for this, please.
Comment, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. Any questions, comments, or concerns?
Chairman Brown, I'd just like to make a comment, if I may.
Yes, yes.
I looked this over and these were all changes that were needed just because of the age of the agreement. And I'm perfectly happy with them. So,
Okay. So right now, we have a motion and support for 0203 and for all of them? No, just for the one. And so I would need a roll call vote at this point.
Commissioner Hughes,
Yes.
Commissioner Laring,
Yes.
Commissioner Nash. Commissioner Nash, I'll come back to Commissioner Nash. Commissioner Pego,
Yes.
Chairman Skolnick,
yes,
Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes.
Commissioner Seer,
Yes.
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
yes.
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
and Commissioner Brown.
Yes. Next on the items for consideration is CD/SP 21/02-04. And that is in front of you, and it should be on the screen also. So at this point, I would like a motion. And
Chairman
Any-
Brown, I
Yes.
make a motion.
we have a motion and support. I'm sorry, I did not catch that.
Oh.
Mr. Skolnick,
I
Chairman
made the-
Skolnick,
I would-
Support.
a motion and support. Any questions, comments, or concerns at this point?
Mr. Chair, I do have a comment.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I'm opposed to this motion. I do not believe we need to lower the rates for the festivals. What I do believe we need to do is open up this county, let these businesses know ahead of time that we're going to be open for business, and we're going to see clientele and festivals flocking to this community. I don't think we need to offer incentives and lowering the rate. I think we need to keep the rate the same and just open this county up. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, Commissioner Hovey
Hovey
Wright.
Wright. Yes, I do think that the lowering of the fees for this coming year is appropriate, given the fact that none of them could have festivals last year. But I don't think it should be permanent, given the profit loss of that site. So I would make an amendment that it be for this coming year only.
Mr. Chair, that was in the motion. It says for 2021.
For only.
Oh, I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
All right, I did not see that. Okay, well, good. Perfect. I'm good.
Okay. So I would need a
Mr.
roll.
Chair,
Yes. Okay. I'm sorry to recognize everyone here.
that's okay. Commissioner Pego here. So I would just like to say that I'm also against this. I don't think these big people or organizations that are going to be putting on these festivals can't afford that $1,000 for the rental fee. Our county doesn't need to be giving these sorts of discounts and money away when we need to gain money. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to make a comment. During the motion review meeting, Mr. Lukens did express that there is a lot of the people that would use this normally because of COVID and the restrictions. This may or may not happen. I just want to bring that to everyone's attention. And Mr. Lukens, if you're still here, that could add to that. Also, so it was a way to help offset some of these organizations that would use the Heritage Landing. I do know that a lot of the some of the organizations use volunteer people too. So This was just a way to, was brought to our attention. So just want to make that point during the motion review that this had come up also in question. So we have a motion and support. I would take a roll call vote for this items for consideration.
Commissioner Laring,
No.
Commissioner Nash, Commissioner Nash, go back to Commissioner Nash. Commissioner Pago,
No.
Chairman Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes.
Commissioner Seer,
No.
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
yes,
Commissioner Hughes,
Yes.
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
No. We'll keep it. All right. Moving right along, if everyone's with me, thank you. Next item for consideration is, do you want to, well, let us know how that voted came out, please.
Sir,
Okay.
that was 5 yes, 4 no.
Okay. Okay. Next item for consideration is CD/SP 21/02-05. I don't know who has their speaker on, if they could mute themselves, please.
yeah.
So I need a motion and support for this.
Motion to approve the resolution authorizing the Muskegon County Parks Department to apply for a grant from the Michigan Natural Resources Trust Fund for the Nugent Sand Property Acquisition North Project located in Norton Shores.
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Hughes. And we have a second. Any questions, comments, or concerns at this point?
Yes, I'd like to make a comment.
Commissioner Seer, please.
Looking at this, I've heard most of the discussion about it, and one of the things I guess I would like to see, particularly in Muskegon County, is to make the whole county, I guess, more attractive to people to maybe move into this area. And I really, listening and seeing that property, think that may be of great value to have people want to maybe come up here and live here and have residents in this area. And I think that would bring economic development. I think it would raise our property values, throughout the whole county if we could get more things in the county to add value and attract people from outside of the county to actually come and move up into the county. So that's all I have.
Thank you, Commissioner Seer. Any other comments? The only comment I would like, yes, sir.
So I wasn't going to make another comment, but I am going to suggest, I brought it up before when we looked at this originally. I know that there's many that disagree with this, but we're already a park. If you go from the Ottawa County line all the way up to Whitehall, we're already one giant park along the lakeshore. There are plenty of parks, from Hoffmaster State Park, Cruzy Park, Pierre Marquette, Muskegon State Park, Pioneer Park. The whole lakeshore is one giant park. What we don't have is private development along our lakeshore of any. We keep comparing it and talking to people from Ottawa County. Ottawa County has huge real estate developments from Grand Haven to Holland. And you want to compare yourself to Grand Haven? Why don't you compare yourself to the dollars and cents? Grand Haven, it makes sense. They've got the money. A small portion of their lakeshore is in parks already, and they just put in another park. We are one giant park. What we need is high-end residential development for our county. That is the key aspect that this county is missing. We are not missing more parks. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there any other, Commissioner Hovey Wright, please?
Yes, in response to Commissioner Laring's desire for more development. I'm not opposed to development, but they've tried development multiple times. The owners have put this up. I've lived here since 1975, And they have tried to sell that to developers multiple times, and there were problems, and it never happened. So now we're trying to find a great use for a beautiful piece of property, and the great use is a park. And I find the logic not very logical. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Is there any other comments at this point? If not, I would like to entertain get a roll call vote.
Commissioner Nash, Commissioner Pego,
No.
Chairman Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes.
Commissioner Seer,
Yes.
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Hughes,
Yes.
Commissioner Laring,
No.
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
and Commissioner Brown.
Yes. And that passes CD. Next on items for consideration is CD/SP 21/02 to 06. And I will need a motion and support.
Motion to
please.
accept the right of first refusal agreement between the County of Muskegon and Jackson Murphy Contractors, Inc. for the property bordering the Nugent Sand North Lake, which is phase 2 of the planned Dunes Harbor acquisition. This document will be included in the Michigan Department of Natural Resources Trust Fund grant application for phase 2 of acquisition.
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Hughes, and Commissioner
Hovey Wright.
Wright to support. Thank you. Any questions, comments, or concerns at this time? Okay. Seeing none, I would like a roll call vote for this item for this motion.
Commissioner Pego,
No.
Chairman Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes.
Commissioner Seer,
Yes.
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Hughes,
Yes.
Commissioner Laring,
No.
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown.
Yes. Next item for consideration is CD/SP 21/02 to 07. And this is to enter into a moratorium of understanding, MOU between the County of Muskegon and Jackson Murphy Contractors regarding the terms and conditions of both parties upon the acquisition of the Nugent Sand North Lake property, also known as Phase 2 of the Dune Harbor project. So I would like a motion and
So moved.
we have a motion and support. Did we capture those, please? Yes. Okay, thank you. Any questions or comments or concerns? Seeing none, I would like to have a roll call vote.
Chairman Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes.
Commissioner Seer,
Yes.
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Hughes,
Yes.
Commissioner Laring,
No.
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Commissioner Pego,
No.
Commissioner Brown.
No.
That's 6 yes, 3 no.
Okay. At this point, we have any unfinished business for this, for the Community Development Strategic Plan Committee. No. We have no unfinished business. Do we have any new business for this committee? Okay. No new business. Okay. Public comment. We now have an opportunity to open it up to public comment, and we would ask to limit those comments to 2 minutes. And please state your name. Okay, and address. We don't, I don't see any. We don't
I
see
don't see
any,
any. Nope.
any there. Thank you. Any final board comments at this point? We'll entertain item number 9 for any final board comment.
Mr. Chair, I just like to
Yes.
make a couple of comments. You know, I listened to the public comment. I listened to the various arguments that were presented today for this piece of property, and I cannot, for the life of me, understand why anybody would vote no on this. I understand what was said, but I not only don't agree with it, I really don't understand it. I had a long talk with the mayor last night about this piece of property, and Mr. Morgenstern, who sits on the city council, spoke at this meeting. This property, which is about 390 acres, sits completely in the city of Norton Shores, and they are completely in favor of making this a public park. Now, you would think that they wouldn't do that, because this could represent significant development in Norton Shores for housing or whatever would go in there, which would raise their tax base and raise their income. But no, they don't see it that way. They see it as a benefit for Norton Shores and also as a benefit for the entire county. I sat on the Norton Shores City Council maybe 20 years ago, and I saw several plans to develop this property. None of them ever came to fruition because it's extremely expensive to develop it, no matter what you do, because you have to run water and sewer in there. Those lakes, the water level varies, and there was no way to regulate the water level. There were so many problems. This is the best possible use for this property. You would think that the city of Norton Shores would want it to be developed, but no, they want it to be for the public benefit. So
Right.
Anyway, those are my comments. Thank you, Chairman.
Well, thank you, Commissioner Skolnick. I think it passed. So
I know,
but I do know, and I appreciate that. And I do want to make a comment that, this committee also has been involved in Commissioner Skolnick. We've been chatting about this as far as a strategic plan for the county. And one of the major strengths of Muskegon County is the natural resources that we do have. So I truly believe that this is something, and some of us made a commitment to our commitment to Muskegon County to strengthen families and have recreational areas here to do so. So I thank you. I understand the no votes, but I think at the end of the day, this was a good thing for the county, in my opinion. So thank you for everybody.
Mr. Chair, final comment, if I may.
Yes, sir.
So I actually want to offer my opinion of my no vote, seeing as it's been challenged by another commissioner.
Yes, sir.
All I can say is who wouldn't want somebody else to pay for a $50 million park in their backyard? I mean, if the county of Muskegon said, hey, I'm going to buy up the entire district of Ravenna so Zach can have a private playground in his backyard, I'd be in favor of it too. And that's exactly what's happening. Norton Shores can't even maintain their own park. They're happy to have somebody else come in and pay the bill to build a new park in everybody's backyard.
Yeah, well, thank you. If there's no final board comments, I would like a motion to adjourn this committee.
So moved.
Support Skolnick.
And I would need do I need a roll call vote for this?
No.
No? Okay, thank you. All right.